So yesterday I taught you the classification of colloids on the basis of interaction between dispersed phase and dispersion medium particle. Now the third classification is types of colloids on the basis of types of particles of dispersed phase. Here what is there? Dispersion medium is not important. What is, see, in the first classification what was there? That was based on the physical state of dispersed phase and dispersion medium. Second classification was based on interaction between dispersed phase and dispersion medium, that is lyophobic, lyophilic colloids. Now third one is purely on the basis of types of particles of dispersed phase. What kind of particles of dispersed phase are found in those three types of colloids? So basically three types of colloids are there on this basis. First one is the multimolecular colloids, second one is the macromolecular colloids, and third one is the associated or aggregate colloids. Multimolecular colloids, macromolecular colloids, and associated or aggregate colloids. So I decided to teach this one in the tabular form only, so that the comparison will also be ready. Try to understand. Multimolecular colloids, they are aggregation of or collection of simple atoms and molecules. Okay, are you getting? Once again listen. Multimolecular colloids are collection or aggregation of simple atoms or molecules. Simple atoms or molecules. When they are colliding, means they are collecting, they are aggregating themselves, but their particle size should be less than 1 nanometer only. You know the size of atoms and molecules, they are very tiny. Even if millions of atoms stacked together, their thickness will not be equal to the thickness of one sheet of paper. So just see, many atoms and molecules come together, upon dissolution, they come closer, they come together. Nevertheless, their size should not be more than 1 nanometer. So let it be the collection of atoms or molecules, but their size should be less than 1 nanometer. So this colloid is aggregates of atoms or molecules when their size is less than 1 nanometer on dissolution. Means what is there? You will take one substance. So when you dissolve this substance in water, then what would be there? They will dissolve and they will divide it into small atoms and molecules. So now in the solution, small atoms and molecules are there. Those atoms or molecules come close to each other. So when they come close to each other, because of some binding forces, those binding forces are van der Waals forces. So they will come together. Nevertheless, their size should not be more than 1 nanometer. So such type of colloids are called multimolecular colloids. Multimolecular, multi means many, molecules means molecules only, collection of atoms. Second one is macromolecular colloids. So you want, I hope that you understand the meaning of macro. Macro means, micro means small, macro means big, large. Means these are the colloids of big molecules. And who are considered to be the big molecules? Polymers. Synthetic polymers, natural polymers. What are the synthetic polymers? Tericot, terylene, nylon, nylon 6, nylon 66, urea. There are some bakelite, there are urea melamine. These are the synthetic polymers. What are the natural polymers? Protein, starch, cellulose. These are, what are these? These are the natural polymers. So in macromolecular colloids, they are made up of macromolecules are polymers. But remember, these macromolecules should dissolve in the solution and they form the particle whose size range fall the range of colloidal particle range. Are you getting my point or not? Here also the size of particles of this colloid should be less than 1 nanometer. So they are macromolecules colloids or polymer colloids which on dissolution forms dispersed phase particle range less than 1 nanometer. So they are macromolecules colloids or polymer colloids which on dissolution forms particles, please write here, form particles, okay, don't write, forms dispersed phase particle whose size range is less than 1 nanometer. Means on dissolution these polymers, let it be synthetic or natural polymers, upon dissolution they form the particle which are within the range of colloidal particle range. And what is the colloidal particle range? Less than 1 nanometer. Okay. And what about this one? Associated or aggregate colloids. These are the colloids of ion. When so many ions come together, they form associated or aggregate colloids. Associated or aggregate colloids. So they are the colloids of ions when their size fall in the range of colloidal particle size range. Try to understand. Let us say one example, sodium chloride. Sodium chloride behave like ion in their dilute solution. Okay, individual ions, means in dilute solution sodium chloride will dissociate into Na positive and Cl negative. But when the concentration of NaCl is increased, what would be there? Those ions will come together because of the high concentration and they form aggregate colloids. So aggregate or means associated colloids are, these are the colloids of ions. When their concentration is more, means those ions concentration is more, so they come close to each other. And they come close to each other, but still their size would be less than 1 nanometer only. Are you getting my point or not? That is why I wrote here their size, even though they are aggregated or associated, nevertheless their particle size range is less than 1 nanometer. Means the particle size, dispersed phase particle size range of colloidal particles. Okay. Now, so the first point is over. And remember, you have to make solution only. So generally normal electrolyte, they behave in dilute solution just like an ion only. Ions in their dilute solutions, they behave just like electrolytes. But at higher concentration, same ions come close to each other and they form associated colloids or aggregate colloids. Those colloids are also known as micelle. Here you can write, they form micelle. These associated colloids. Actually the micelles are the associated, will teach you separately that micelle. Okay. So don't mess here. It's okay that much. What about next point? Concentration of solution. So it is formed at less concentrate solution. Means multimolecular colloids are formed when the concentration of solution is less. I hope that you understand the meaning of what is the meaning of high concentrate solution? High concentrate solution means solute is more. Less concentrate means solvent is more, solute is less. Are you getting my point? Dilute and concentrate meaning, I hope that you understood. So they are formed when the solution is at less concentrate state. What about this one? Macromolecular colloids. It is formed at less concentrate solution. They also form at less concentrate solution. If solution is highly concentrated, they will not form. So what would be there at that time? What is there? If the solution is highly concentrated, those particles size range will be beyond 1 nanometer. What about associated or aggregate colloids? It is formed at high concentrate solution. It is formed at high concentrate solution. Always remember, associated and aggregate colloids in dilute solution, they will behave like a normal electrolyte. Now, NaCl example I have given. But if the concentration is more, then only they will form associated or aggregate colloids. Next, third point is binding force. Binding force of this multimolecular colloids are van der Waals forces. And you know the van der Waals forces are weak forces. What about here? Macromolecular colloids. Here no binding force is there, or they are flexible. No binding force, they are flexible. Here also what is there? No binding force. It doesn't mean that only 3 characteristics is there. Some other characteristics are also there. So here fourth number I am writing. Column is same. Column is same, but points are different. So what are the points here? Just try to understand here. One by one I will teach those points also. Just try to understand. Point number 4th is molecular mass. Molecular mass. Okay. 5th point also is there. What is the molecular mass of this one? Multimolecular colloids. Molecular mass is less. Less molecular mass. Less. Simple, right? Less. What about this one? High molecular mass. High molecular mass. Even you can write very high. Less, very high, generally high. Generally high. Okay. You know that they are the colloids of ions. So generally they are high because so many ions will be collected together. And here they are the colloids of polymers. So naturally their molecular mass will be high. And they are the simple atoms or molecules, so their molecular mass is not very high. You can write here not very high. Not very high. Not very high. Next one is, third one is lyophilic and lyophobic. Lyophilic and lyophobic. Lyophilic and lyophobic. Okay. So just try to understand what is they are. Lyophobic. What about this one? Lyophilic. They are lyophobic as well as lyophilic. Both nature is there. Okay. This is simple LIC. Okay. So that is there. Means they are the lyophobic in nature. They are lyophilic in nature, and they are having both nature, lyophobic as well as lyophilic. The last one is examples. So dear cadets, now examples. The examples of multimolecular colloids are, just see, gold salt, sulfur salt, SOL. Sol means colloidal solution only, colloids only. Here gold is the atom. What is gold? Atom. Now S8 sol. S8 sol means I am talking of sulfur molecule salt. S8 sol means sulfur molecule salt, because multimolecular colloids are atomic salt as well as molecular salt. So these are both example is there. What about this one? There are plenty of examples here. What is this one? Protein, protein salt, then starch salt, starch salt, then gelatin, gelatin, okay, gelatin salt, all are natural polymers. Synthetic also you can take, nylon salt, nylon salt, okay. So this is one is the synthetic. What about this one? Soap solution, soap solution, detergent solution, detergent, detergent solution. These are the examples of associated or aggregates colloids. So in this way this type is completely completed. Now associated colloids should be studied further because it is related with the micelle formation. So now I will tell you the micelle, okay, formation of micelle. Dear cadets, now I am teaching you micelles. What are the micelles? Micelles are aggregate or associated colloids, okay, the first point. Second one thing is they form above a particular temperature. That temperature is known as Kraft temperature, not C, K, Kraft temperature, represented by TK. Next one is they form above a particular concentration, not at, above a particular concentration. That is called critical micellization concentration, that is CMC, okay. And TK means Kraft temperature, and CMC value is different for different substance, means it is fixed for different substances. For example, soap, its CMC is equal to 10 raised to the power minus 3 to 10 raised to the power minus 4 mole liter inverse. One more important thing is there, micelle only form when the concentration of that substance in the solution form is more. If it is diluted, upon dilution micelle will revert back to its normal ion form. I wrote here at higher concentration they behave like a associated colloid. At higher concentration of, here write, of their solution, here write, at higher concentration of their solution they behave like associated colloid, but upon dilution they revert back to normal ion. Okay, even though I taught you micelle, but still confusion is there. Actually, what is the micelle? Don't worry, I will take the example of soap and will explain you actually what are the micelle. Will give you another definition which is more precise and more easy to understand the micelle. So dear cadets, now just see the mechanism of formation of micelles, and here only will give you the new definition of micelle, and which is very easy. Just see. Have you heard about who are forming the micelle? Soap, detergent. Basically micelle are associated or aggregate colloids only. So examples are soap and detergent. So I am taking here soap. Just tell me what are the soap? Soaps are the sodium or potassium salt of higher fatty acid. What are this one? Sodium or potassium salt of higher fatty acids. Okay, so just try to understand here. First, higher fatty acid, C15H31COOH. What is the name of this one? Palmitic acid. Similarly, C17H35COOH. What is this one? Stearic acid. What is this one? Stearic acid. They are higher fatty acids. Now treat them with NaOH. Okay, what is NaOH? They are acid, and NaOH is the base. So just try to understand. When you treat, then what would be there? Try to understand here. Acid means they are known for the furnishing H positive ion. So the H of this one and Na of this one, NaO of this one will come out. So NaOH you can write in this way, otherwise confusion would be there. Just try to understand. This is COOH and plus here what is there? NaOH. So just try to understand here. H of this one and Na means OH of this one. This and this one. I hope that you have got H and NaOH means OH of this one will come out. So what is left here? C15 H31 COONA. Same way here also H of this one and OH of this one will come out. So what is left now? C17 H35 COONA. Now what is the name of this one? Sodium palmitate. Now they become salt now. Sodium palmitate. And what is this one? Sodium stearate. And this is also soap. Okay. So now sodium salt of higher fatty acid, they are known as soap. I hope that you got the meaning of soap. Now try to understand. Now I have to, for us this is important, sodium palmitate or sodium stearate. So either one should be taken for the explanation of micelle formation. So just try to understand. Only one I will take. Let us take sodium stearate for explaining the mechanism of formation of micelle. Just see here. Actually, suppose I have taken this one, C17 H35 COONA. So this can be written like that. CH3, first you write C 1 2 3 4 17 carbon plus 1 carbon, 18 carbon you should write. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18. Check. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18. Okay, so 18 carbons are there. Now here C double bond ONA. I am talking of COONA. That can be written. Last year I taught you the structure of COOH ion or not? This can be written C double bond ONA. I wrote here, and here what is there? This is CH3. This is CH2, 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 CH2. Here also CH2, CH2, CH2. Here also CH2, 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 CH2. What kind of formula this one? This is a structural formula. Okay, we can condense it also. Just see. Just write here CH3 and bracket here bracket and write this one COONA. Okay, so out of 18 carbon, 2 carbon atom you have written here. How many are left? How many CH2? CH2 here 16. We can write in this way also. Okay, no problem at all. CH3 CH2 whole 16 COONA. So what kind of formula this one? This is now condensed formula. Now try to understand this condensed formula. Means you can write in this way, you can write in this way. Last year I taught you one more formula, that is zigzag formula. Zigzag or not? So we can write like that also. Just see this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Now here what is there? C double bond O, O and A is there. Even this C if you will not show, there is no problem at all. Okay. Now try to, this is zigzag formula. Zigzag formula of this one only. Condensed formula also I am writing here. CH3, this is CH2 whole 16, C double bond O, O and A. Okay. So just try to understand. In these molecules basically two parts are there. How many parts are there? Two parts. From here to here till here, this is known as hydrocarbon part. What is this one? Hydrocarbon part. Hydrocarbon part. This hydrocarbon part is forming the tail. What is this one forming? Tail. Tail of these molecules. What about this one? This part is known as, this is carboxylate ion form. This is hydrocarbon part and this is carboxylate ion part. You can write here carboxylate ion part. And what is it is forming? It is forming the head of these molecules. Okay. Now try to understand, this hydrocarbon part is water insoluble. Water insoluble. So since it is water insoluble, so we can write this one hydrophobic part. Okay, hydrophobic. This is water insoluble, hydrophobic part. What about this one? This carboxylate ion, this is water soluble. What is this one? Water soluble. Water soluble means hydrophilic. What is this one? Hydrophilic part. Okay, we can write this one also. Okay. Now one more thing is there. This is hydrophobic part, but this is fat soluble or oil soluble part. We can write this one. Of course it is water insoluble, but it is fat or oil soluble. Okay. What about this one? Of course it is water soluble part, but this is fat or oil insoluble part. Okay. So now try to understand, in soap molecules we have got two part. Okay. One is the tail, other one is the head. Which is the tail? That is water insoluble but fat soluble. What is that one? Fat soluble, oil soluble. Which is water soluble means hydrophilic part, but that is fat or oil insoluble part. So we have got here two part or not. One more word is there. This part is known as ionic part. What is this one? Ionic part. What about this part? Since this is ionic part, so this is polar part. This can be written polar part. What about this one? This part is non-polar part. This entire part means here I am writing. This is non-ionic part. Non-ionic part, or this is also known as non-polar part. Okay. So same part has got different names. Now I am distinguishing this one and this one. Okay. So try to understand. Basically in this soap only two parts are there. How many parts? Two parts are there. Means within the molecules only segregation is there. Okay. Now try to understand. Still I have not explained what are the micelles. Okay. Just see. Suppose the concentration of soap you are increasing. Now I am going to rub this part now. Just see. Suppose you are increasing the concentration of soap in a solution, then what would be there? These concentration you are increasing. So these particle means these hydrophilic part, they will orient themselves in this way. Just try to understand. Don't worry, this is head part. What is this one? Head. And what about this one? Anywhere you can write. This side, head. What is this one? Head. So this is negative, head is negative. Now they see COO. Now suppose you are making the soap solution. This is not good at all. Just see the simple one. This is one particular point. You make like that, like that, like that, and like that. So just try to understand. This is head part. What is this one? Head. You are dissolving this one to the water, means a soap solution of water you have made. So just see, this part is ionic part or polar part now, so this will be ionized. Now everywhere here what would be there? Na positive will be dissociated, Na positive, here also Na positive. They will be out of the molecules because that is ionic part, and this part is now intact. Now here so many will be there. Now try to understand. This structure is known as micelles. So now how can we define micelle now? Just see. Actually micelles are the aggregate ions. Actually just see what is here? Aggregate ions. Micelles are the aggregate ions which orient themselves in a such a way so that the hydrophobic part is towards the surface of water, while the hydrophilic part is towards the surface of water and hydrophobic part is towards inside of water. It is inside of water, means soap solution you have made, soap solution in the water you have made. Now these particles, they are aligning themselves, they are orienting themselves in a such a way so that the hydrophilic part, this is hydrophilic part. What is this one? Hydrophilic part. So this will be orienting themselves toward the surface of water. And this, what is this one? This and this is hydrophobic part. So they orient themselves from away of the surface of water, means they will be oriented toward the dirt side, dirt particle side. This point is dirt. What is this one? Dirt or oil particle. Okay, wherever dirt and oil is there, they will be there only. So now this orientation is known as micelle. And see, when near about 100 molecules of soap will form one micelle. So what are the micelle now? Micelles are the aggregate particles, aggregate ions or collected ions which orient themselves in a such a way in the water or around the dirt particle so that their hydrophilic part is above the dirt particle, or above the surface of water, and hydrophilic part is toward the surface of water and hydrophobic part is toward the dirt or oil side. So now same definition you can write also. So dear cadet, now we have got the new definition of micelle. So what are the micelle? We can explain in this way also this definition. Actually this is the conglomeration or aggregation of so many ions. Ions are what? Soap ions. Okay, so we can say micelles are the clusters of ions. Micelles are the clusters of ions. Cluster of ions, where they orient themselves in a such a way so that hydrophilic part should be at the surface while hydrophobic part is in interior of the cluster. So just see, these are the clusters of the ions. They are the clusters of soap ion cluster. So now what about this one? This is what is this one? Hydrophilic part. So this hydrophilic part is at the surface. What about this one? This is hydrophobic part, tail part. Hydrophobic part is interior of the cluster. So this is cluster. Cluster means collection of ions. So what about this one? This is tail part, that is hydrophobic part. This is interior. What about hydrophilic part? This is head. What is this one? Head. This is hydrophilic part. This is oriented at surface of the cluster, while this one hydrophobic part oriented interior of the cluster. This is the definition of micelle. So and moreover to this, micelles are associated colloids only, but always remember micelle will form when the concentration is higher. So here the concentration of soap is higher. In this way I am hoping that you have got the micelle. Now if still confusion is there, again I have to teach the cleansing action of soap. That time again you will get. Now one more thing is there, just see. If you try to understand here, this Na ion is out of surface. They are nothing to do with the micelle because they are the ionic part, they dissociated. Now they have got the similar charges 1, 2, 3, 4. So one micelle means one cluster of ion will be repelling the another cluster, means another micelle. So they will not come close to each other because at the surface they have got the similar charge, negative, negative, negative. All micelle have got like that only, similar charges. So they repel each other. That is why one micelle of soap or one micelle of any substance will not come into contact of another micelle because of similar charge, and you know similar charges repel each other. In this way this is completely completed. Thank you. Next video will teach you the cleansing action of soap.